take absolute control. That at the end of this meeting, your name and your name will be glorified and honored. These are made all we ask. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, may we all please be seated. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of the Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mixima, we want to very warmly welcome you to this town hall meeting with ENUGU as part of the resolve to make governance an open and credible process. We promise in ENUGU that such interfaces will be occurring from time to time, where ENUGU will sit face to face with you, and of course get to hear from your heart what you have been doing with the mandates they gave you, and of course provide an opportunity for you as well to hear from the people that you meet and also love you so much. Your Excellency, ENUGU Second Lord, this event will go straight to the heart of it. Like I announced earlier before the arrival of His Excellency, there are two parts to this. The first part will be on stage, where His Excellency will have an interaction with the moderators, the panelists that are seated beside him. Afterwards, the people of ENUGU who are in this hall will be given an opportunity to also ask questions and pay comments to His Excellency as much as the borders their mouth. His Excellency, may I introduce the panelists that are sitting beside you to you. Sitting by your immediate left, Mr. Alex Obodo. He is on 92.5 FM ENUGU. And by your immediate right is Ngozi Kamba. She is from the ENUGU State Broadcasting Service. And just sitting beside Ngozi Kamba is Mr. Yakasi Egobiwane from Urban Nigeria. Your Excellency, thank you for deciding to do this, given what the public a little over 9 months ago. But the moment you took over as governor, one of the first things you did was to make some steps about providing security for the people. We'd like to know exactly how this has progressed with the issues around sit at home and the interventions you made in that direction.
Thank you very much. First, I would like to express my profound gratitude for this opportunity to engage with my dear people of ENUGU State. So it is indeed with great pleasure that I welcome all of you here this morning to this town hall meeting. And this is consistent with the promise we made to ENUGU. Recall that just immediately after I was sworn in as governor, I went straight to the Zion building and signed 3 executive orders. One of those orders was the Citizens Charter. And the Citizens Charter speaks largely to what we are witnessing here today. That our government will be about the people. And that everything we're going to do, the money we're going to spend, your money we will be spending, will be spent in your interest. And that we're going to be transparent, we're going to be accountable, and we're going to provide information. So transparency, accountability, and accessibility, if you recall, was at the core of our governance philosophy. And so this is truly your event. It's not a day for speeches. It is a day for us to hear from you, get your feedback. We made massive promises to you when we sought your mandate to govern you. We promised to grow the economy of ENUGU State from the current levels to an exponential level. We met on ground a GDP size of $4.4 billion. We promised you in the next 4 to 8 years to grow that GDP to 30 billion. We also said to you that we are on a mission to make ENUGU State the preferred destination for investment, living, tourism, and business. So, and of course, we also recognize that those promises, if we went by the trends and the growth pattern we've had over the years, we would almost be impossible to accomplish that. If you had an economy that had grown largely at 3 to 4% at over 100% rate, it must mean that you must be able to show the things you're going to do differently. Which was why we said we're going to deploy disruptive innovation in executing the programs and projects we have expressed to you. We said to you that if we're going to grow this economy to the size we promised you, that a lot of it will be driven by private sector. But it's going to be enabled by government. So government will have to provide an environment for the private sector to thrive. Which was why, as soon as we came in, we recognized and identified the challenges of security as the biggest elephant we had in the room. And we knew it was imperative we address that. Recall that we made very consequential pronouncements, and we had to mobilize the security agencies who work with us, indeed, toiled day and night, work tirelessly for us to have the state of security that we have today in ENUGU. Of course, our job is far from done. We recognize that we're still dealing with some breaches here and there. But we've also gone on to put in place measures that allow us to ensure we identify, track, capture, and defeat the criminals. You know, we have to immediately set up the DRS, the Distress Response Squad. And then we went on to commence the installation of CCTV across our metropolis. And today we're almost 80% done. In a few weeks, we're going to be commissioning what is going to be the most modern command and control center. And we're going to have a line of sight of what is happening in our state. So we're able to meet the security challenges in the board. We're able to identify these crimes before they happen. You also know that in Ozowa and ENUGU, we're currently working with the Navy to establish a Navy base there. In ENUGU, where we have some task force, we're also working with the Army to set up a military barracks, an Army barracks there. We already have deployment of the military there. And so those locations outside the metropolis we identify as flashpoints. We have also set up FOB, the forward operation bases there. And so, of course, security, as I said, was identified as the biggest element. But again, you also have to provide infrastructure for businesses to thrive. So we committed to the provision of water within a time frame of 180 days. When we came in, we were generating less than 5 million liters of water daily. Our current production capacity has gone up to 120 million liters daily. So we're able to produce from our two water schemes, the one in Naima and the other in Ojiripa. The combined production capacity we have from those two water schemes is 120 million liters. Of course, we recognize that there are still some challenges with making sure that the water gets to the last mile at the downstream side of things. We're working on it. And there were things that we couldn't have reasonably foreseen when we made this commitment and when we made those promises, in terms of making sure that once you turn your back and you're here in ENUGU metropolis, water will be running. We recognize that there were challenges, so we have three levels of the downstream. We have the primary and the secondary lines, and we have the tertiary lines, which is essentially the distribution line. The survey we did has revealed that we were okay with the primary and the secondary lines, and we needed to deal with the tertiary lines, which is from the various headers to the various homes. And we did that. Again, when the valves were turned on, it became obvious to us that we still had to deal with the challenges of the water pipes on the primary and the secondary lines. It was so bad that in some cases, even when you thought the lines had been done, we only found out after we had opened the ground that there were some gaps even in the pipeline. So you have a pipeline that gets to the point and line flash, and then you have pipes continuing from another spot. So there were challenges. But that is essentially what you have elected us to do, to deal with those challenges. So we are facing them frontally. And the way we've seen the challenges in the water sector, we're treating it like a martial law now. We declare the state of emergency there, as you know. So we're working day and night to make sure that we get our water to the last mile in all the households here in the ENUGU metropolis. Of course, we had a number of industries. You know, ENUGU